Last Friday, I spent some time at the Let's Talk About It Sexual Health Expo, run by Sunraysia Community Health Services, where teenagers had the chance to ask questions and talk openly about topics that can sometimes feel awkward. It opened with some sexual health experts ranging from STI specialists, pregnancy, mental health, counsellors, support and more, with 2 sessions on Friday, each with a few hundred students. What stood out is that the students from Chaffey Secondary, Irimple and Redcliffs were beyond well behaved and approached the day like the mature young adults they are fast becoming. There was genuine questions from students ranging from if going to the bathroom after an encounter could flush away the chance of becoming pregnant, if abortions were legal, and what are the best forms of contraceptive. Wonderful talks on consent for all parties and sexes involved in any physical interaction, and about the sharing of images online. How just because you may send something in Snapchat and think it disappears after it's been viewed, it's likely they're still hanging around there somewhere in cyberspace, and there could be a day where it's leaked. So it's always best not to send anything you don't want anyone else to see. What stood out was how honest and thoughtful the students were, and sometimes how funny. So let's dive in. One of the first things I ask is, who do you turn to for advice on sex and sexual health? Friends, parents, or the internet?
Parents.
And where do you actually get your information from?
Friends.
How about yourself? Same question.
Probably the internet. The internet as well.
My parents.
Parents. Parents or friends.
It's a real mix, but you can hear that the parents still play a really important role. And that theme kept coming up throughout the day. When asked if they'd be comfortable talking to mum or dad about their health, most said yes, though some admitted they might be nervous at first.
Parents, because, they've been through the stuff that they've already been through, and if you feel nervous answering questions, don't be, because they know most of the answers to what you are going through or what you're about to go through.
I think I would take a parent.
I would be comfortable with it, and I would take a parent so they also get an understanding of what's happening. Yeah, I believe my parents are the most trustworthy people.
That's a pretty encouraging sign for families in Sunraysia. It shows parents are doing a great job raising teens who feel comfortable coming to them if something's not right. But it wasn't all confidence. Many students admitted they don't actually know as much as they thought. For example, when asked the difference between chlamydia and gonorrhea,
I don't actually really know. They're just different ones, I'm assuming. I have no idea.
and one student even confessed they had no idea condoms already had lubricant on them and discovered that yes, they're sticky.
Probably that I didn't know that condoms came with lube on them and they're really sticky.
That's the value of an expo like this. It clears up those myths, filling in the gaps and giving young people information that's accurate and safe. Another area that was explored was whether teens would feel confident making a sexual health appointment. Some said they'd be fine, but others weren't sure where to start.
Not too comfortable.
Would you know how to go about booking an appointment?
Nah.
How about yourself? Would you be comfortable, and would you know how to book an appointment?
Depending on what it is, I think if I had an issue or something, I'd definitely want to go because I'd want to get it checked out. And I think it would be fairly easy to just Google it and see what's there.
Do you think you'd do that alone, or you'd consult maybe a parent or a friend?
I definitely talk to my mum.
Probably comfortable. If it's helping me, probably yes.
Would you know how to go about booking one?
No?
Probably a bit nervous.
Would you know how to go about booking one?
No. Probably nervous, but yeah.
So while comfort levels are growing, there's still work to do in making sure every young person knows exactly how to reach help if they need it. Teachers also weighed in, and they told me that while students might act like they already know everything, events like this are a good wake-up call.
Probably. I think they're exposed to a lot on social media, and obviously young people talk about a lot of things. But I think it's a good wake-up call for them, but also they realise that it's not an uncomfortable topic, that it's something that everyone's exposed to, but that's the correct way to talk about it and communicate.
And that brings me to something every single student agreed on: inclusion. When asked if LGBTQIA plus sexual health should be part of school education, the answer was unanimous.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah, it's still important as normal, as people who are straight or heterosexual.
Yes, because they're still human.
it's a part of the world. People are who they are. And I think young people need to be aware that it's okay to be yourself, and it's okay to communicate who you are.
What's remarkable is that even those who said it may not directly apply to them still wanted it included. Their reasoning was simple: it might help their friends. So what did we learn? Well, young people in Sunraysia are open, curious, and honest. They trust their parents more than TikTok, but they're still piecing together the facts. They want clear, inclusive education, and they want it delivered in a way that feels approachable. And perhaps most importantly, they're not afraid to admit what they don't know. And that's a great foundation to build on.